interviewing our guests for today and also relaying all the questions that we've collated from the platform to our guests for them to be duly attended to. Thank you once again for gracing today's webinar. You are welcome.
I feel to all of you to respect them and follow the mentorship they have now put across so that we'll be able to benefit immensely, so that we'll be able to have a successful life. And I believe by the time they turn back and they see you scaling the ladder in a successful life, then it's the joy not only to you, to your parents, to your siblings, to your relations, and everybody, even your own community. I want to believe that.
I want to see all we can to provide leadership and direction for ourselves as young nurses, because we are the future of the major workforce of the health enterprise in many nations, not just in Nigeria. I know many of us must have read the World Health Organization report that says that nurses constitute 60% of the health workforce enterprise. And so as the future of the major workforce, it's important to pay attention to us.
This question. I believe in multidisciplinary approach to issues. You're not good, but if you add some flavors into your nursing, it makes it more spicy and more attractive. And wherever challenges are coming from, you have a little bit of what other professionals have, so that nobody can just wake up from one corner of their bed and bamboozle you. Okay? Many of the things physicians will say to a little extent, I can quantify and prophesy about some of the things they will say. So because I have a little bit of that. But he brought in two questions. Number one, how do we ensure that people that are, anyway, IT is one thing. And I always say that for almost everyone, whether you are a nurse, whether you are a nurse or not, if you are not IT compliant, you are just a time waster. If you are the best of a nurse and you still don't have your roots in IT, very soon you will crash out. So IT.
And in my opinion, I would say the occurrence of your father's illness actually made you divinely selected, or should I say divinely ordained for this profession.
Yeah.
And I would also say that I'm a bit envious of the fact that you were being paid as a student, because of course some of us,
we have something we call essential commodity. They will give us milk, they will give us Milo. I'm telling you, you missed.
Sir, we really missed. We can't relate to that. Thank you, sir. All right, so you surely have a lot of experiences. All right, thank you, sir. I quickly want to direct a question to Mr. Israel Akinade. It's actually a similar question. We want to hear from you, from a younger nurse perspective. What informed your choice of nursing profession?
Speaking of what informed my choice of becoming a nurse, I would like to say that when I was in high school, one thing that was always in my mind is always an opportunity to, I always want to be in the healthcare industry. And I want to have the opportunity of helping people. I find working in the hospital very interesting. I find it challenging, and I find it, I think it was rewarding. So, and that was why I decided, nursing would be a good choice for me. But of course, as we all know, during my time, I did my nursing program in 2001. I discussed the idea with my parents. And of course, we know that parents have a lot of influence in our career path. So I discussed it with my dad especially, and one thing that they did mention was that we would like you to do something that has a job prospect looking at the country. If we don't want you to graduate and then you are there, you cannot support yourself or your family. So these things made me to think of nursing as something like Professor Priske did mention.
Is that despite all the opportunities and the juicy posts the ruler probably gotten outside the country, what has made you to stay back in Nigeria today? Because from what you have said so far, the two professors. There is no doubt about it that you have enormous opportunities to go abroad to make money, but you're choosing to stay back in Nigeria. The few of us who are the young nurses who are just finishing School of Nursing, university, the next thing you see is to be applying for verification and looking for money to travel abroad. I would really like to share your experience so that some of us, a number of the young nurses who are still here, they will not get discouraged, but they will be motivated and to know what has made you to stay back in this country. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much to our guest, Professor Adebayo Adejumo and Mr. Israel Akiade, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for that insightful interview. We really appreciate the guest. We are so thankful. I want to also thank our participants for staying till this time. Wow. A round of applause for us, please. I'm clapping here. A round of applause. Thank you so much for staying behind till this time. We really appreciate your time invested. And I'm going to move to... And I also want to thank, before that, I also want to thank Professor Priska Adejumo also for doing justice to some of the questions. Thank you very much, Ma. We are honored to have you on this platform. Thank you very much. In absentia, I'm going to also be appreciating on behalf of FYNI, the registrar, Dr. Umar Faruku. We appreciate you, sir, for taking out your time to be on this platform with us. Thank you very much.